The market continues to pull back but holds support as we look toward the big inflation report. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market continued to slowly pull back, but did hold over support as we look to the big inflation report tomorrow. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that I don't believe that news cycles move the market. To clarify, it's not that the market doesn't move when news comes out. Clearly it does. It's that there's no correlation between positive news in the market going up and negative news in the market going down. Look no further than last week when we saw the GDP number come out and tell us we were in a recession and the market shot higher, or even the jobs report on Friday where the market sold off on a better than expected jobs report. So there's just no correlation between the tone of the news and the direction of the market. Being that we're still above support, tomorrow's catalyst can push us up to 42.10 or break down below support and start the pullback we're looking for. So we're in a bit of a tricky spot. Now, I'll get into that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with us still being above support, we do have a couple of options in our paths. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. As you can see off the top, we got a drop down, a little bit of a bounce, and then another drop down here. So they've continued to sell off a little bit as we head toward the CPI number tomorrow, but they have not broken that key support we talked about at 40.80. So we're looking at a few different paths here. The primary path being that we are in an A, B, C down toward this A wave, okay, and that target would be about the 40.80 region, so it would be right about at support. Then you'd look for a B wave bounce, and then C down toward either 40.11 or 39.50 area, as that is the common target for a wave 4. But being as this has been a diagonal all the way up, wave 4s tend to move into wave 1 territory in diagonals. So this should be closer to the 39.50 range, but it doesn't have to be. And since they moved it up higher, it's going to be pushing the limits of where wave 4 can be. So we could see as low as 39.50 for this wave 4, but also as high as 40.11. So that's our first potential path. And right now it is kind of edged ahead as the primary path. It's not by much, but it is slightly ahead as the primary path because they have pushed this so high that the bigger ABC is a little bit out of alignment as far as how high you'd expect this A wave to go. But with a little bit of FOMO and extra push here, that it is still valid. But I've just kind of started leaning towards this orange count a little bit more, that the diagonal's playing out, and we'll get this wave 4 down towards 39.50 to 40.11. Okay, so the secondary count, guys, would be that we move down, all right, break that support at 40.80 that we've been talking about, and then the selling accelerates, and you see a pretty strong move down toward this 3900 area, this 3930 area without much of a bounce at all. So you see a pretty strong move down in A, and then a bigger bounce up towards 4050 to 4060, and then you would see a C wave down towards the 3800 area if that's going to play out. So that is the secondary count. It's a much more accelerated selling once we break support, and that's what we would look for as kind of the key. Once we get down to this 4080 area, if it consolidates and breaks through and starts selling hard, then it's more likely we're in this bigger A wave down towards this 3930, 3920 area, and then we get a B wave bounce. But if they hold this A wave and bounce back up and give us a B wave here, then it's much more likely we're in that orange count, and we should be targeting that 40.11 to 39.50 area. The third count is the least likely of the three in my opinion, but we still are over this support level, so it is still possible. And what would happen is this Roman numeral 3 would move to this peak over here. This Roman numeral 4 would move to whatever low this makes here, and then the move up would target 42.10, and that Roman numeral 5 would move over to complete that move up, and then we would look for a pullback at that point. So that is the bullish count, where this would be the new wave 4 over here, and we would push up in wave 5 towards that 42.10 area. But again, it is the third possibility, and in my opinion, it's not extremely likely, but we do have to pay attention to it if they start to bounce this up without breaking support. Okay, over on the NASDAQ. Okay, we saw a bit more selling on the NASDAQ. It led the way down today, which is another reason I don't think that rally back up to 42.10 is going to be likely on the ES. But it did lead the way down, and it's getting a little bit of a bounce, but pretty direct selling down on the NASDAQ. And as I mentioned, it's a clear diagonal up, so you would expect pretty good selling off the top. And it is tracking about the same three paths as we're tracking on the ES, where the A wave down would target about the 12,800 region. Then you'd look for a B wave bounce, a little higher here, up towards that 1380, 13,100 region. And then C wave down towards this 12,400. But again, they do like diagonals to come back and get in this wave 1 area. So that could go as low as 12,230. So a pretty big window here for 12,230 to 12,400. And if that's the case, then we would expect a wave 5 higher up toward that 14,000 region. The secondary count here, just like on the ES, it would blow through this level here, blow through that 812, 814 support and this A, and keep going down in a pretty good selling pattern here down towards this 12,200 area directly. Then we'd look for a B wave bounce up towards this 12,800 area, and then C down towards the 11,800, 11,700 area for a bigger B wave. Okay, and then the final count on here would be, it is possible for them to push higher here up towards that 13,500 area, but again, that is the third count and not one that I'm super high on, and don't think really that it is likely to happen, but we are above support, so I do have to let you know that it is a possibility. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to the website. Once you get there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, okay, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you can check out PT's Throne Room. And there you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He structures the trade to get you in cheap and get you big multiples on your money, and it's a very unique style that you kind of have to see to understand. It's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also built a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account and trades it using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods to show you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. He's averaging 3 to 4% gains per week in there. Guys, we would love to have you in our rooms so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. It's all about that support level still, guys. 40.80 needs to break on the ES. If they come to the 40.80 level and bounce and take us up in a B wave, then the orange takes the lead as far as which path we're on. If they get down to 40.80 and consolidate a little bit and break through and sell down pretty hard, then it becomes the black count that takes the lead, and we look for a deeper pullback. However, if they cannot break support and they start to move higher, 42.10 becomes our target for the next push. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup, looking for an A wave to hold that 12,800 area. Okay, right about at support, a B wave bounce, and then C down towards 12,400 over the next few days. However, if they cannot hold that 12,814 area or 12,800 area and blow right through it, we're looking at the bigger ABC pullback down towards that 11,600, 11,700 area. And of course, if they can't break support and start to push higher, the 13,500, 13,600 areas are the next targets higher. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.